Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
So these ones, it should be tagged and it should, get a hold of our registered owner and
Yeah.
have him move it or we'll tow it.
Cause there is a trailer up over here too. It's been on Main Street for a while.
There is.
I'll take it home.
takes that boy a long time to unload.
One thing at a day.
I think he's unloaded now, I don't know.
Well, is there license plate on the trailer?
Yes, there is,
There is?
yes.
Okay.
Washington plates.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Washington.
Okay, at least it's licensed.
So I don't believe there's any ordinance about licensed vehicles that aren't junk vehicles that don't appear to be junk to be parked on a street for an extended period of time.
When weeds start growing around it, we'll probably do something about it. We don't have that problem
Break out the
necessarily.
letter again.
Lots of them.
That letter.
Any other questions for the sheriff's department?
No, thank you for
Do
answering.
you have any statements or anything you'd like to add?
No, it was a very good month here. Everybody's behaving. We've had few traffic incidences, but there wasn't a lot. Traffic's been going through town pretty well. Not going too fast from the guys that are here. And gotta keep in mind it is 45 miles an hour on the highway, which does seem fast as you're looking at it, but I've sat here for hours and haven't had one.
Seems like on School Street, they know when you guys are here,
And I know that's a good thing. Is presence is always.
but
presence
they're
is
still
better than-
flying.
Presence is better than enforcement most of the time, so, and with that being a 15-mile-an-hour zone, our guys are sitting there and, enforcing as they need to. So,
So do you have to be called to move that, or to,
I'll go take it
Tell
right
them.
now.
cool.
There you go, asking you sheriffs.
Thank you.
And that's usually the thing. People need to not be afraid and just, give us a call or call the sheriff's department. They are law enforcement. And it'll get dealt with.
I didn't know if it's something that the city council, I'd come, tell me, or if you could just,
Well,
if it went
we
through.
did that kind of a while back. We even got you, except for it ended up not being your vehicle. But but yeah, I think some stuff got moved.
Yeah.
There's still cars parked in alleys,
Oh my god.
and I'd like to get that taken care of.
I can send that out and have guys run through, I'll make a list of them and so you go hit all the alleys and take cars that aren't moving. Guys work 4 nights a week, so they can go through and take cars that,
I would like to see that, and I'd appreciate
I can
that.
definitely address that. And Jay, with you going around and seeing everything that's there a lot and
There's a lot.
not moving, if you grab one of our guys and be like, hey, there's one over on A Street or whatever, and go tag it.
I have a really big bumper on the fire truck, so I don't really worry too much.
No, we can't do that.
No.
I'm done. That was my biggest complaint. Every time I go over to March's, I'd be like, why is that car still there?
Okay, yeah, not a problem. It'll get taken care of. Thank you for bringing it up. Okay, anything else?
Not for us. For me,
Anything from the council?
I will go take that car.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for your service.
Nobody answered
Thank
the
you.
Definitely.
Good.
If nobody answered the door in front, go to the back.
You just gotta put a sticker on it. Move it or lose it.
That's what I
That should be all that it says. Move it or lose it.
Well, if they move it for free, then we just start bringing them down and turn them on the street.
I don't care. It looks nasty.
I'm out of town. My fence line is city limits.
Dang it.
You stay away from mine.
Okay, the next thing we have on the agenda is approved minutes for our 09/07/21 minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for 11:09.
1108.
Is it 8?
Yeah, because we had one right before the actual meeting.
Okay, so 11:08. I want to say something before we approve the special meeting, though, the executive session meeting. So if it's 11:08, I move to approve that.
11:08 is the special meeting.
Yeah, that's,
Was it? Okay, so 11:09 is the regular meeting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so-
the one I make a motion to approve. 11:09.
And I'll second that for 11:09.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve our November 9th, 2021 minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And what was the?
Now, before we approve 11:08, I just want to get clarification for everybody on the council as well as in the gallery, what we did, why we did it, and why it was wrong.
Yeah, we did find out
Okay.
it was wrong after the fact.
Well, what we did is we called a meeting so that we could discuss people's late water bills. And we
We're in the
had,
process of collecting a lot of really, really old water bills.
yes.
And we've got some teeth in that process that we never have had before.
That's
good.
Yeah, so
So,
we're putting some money in the bank.
yes, we are. And it is an effort by the entire council and with our
Those
crew,
two
Lacey
especially.
and Jay.
Those
doing
two
it.
especially,
That
You
is
guys get to go.
correct.
because they
What-
take the heat if
Yeah,
there
they
is
do.
any.
Hasn't been too bad.
But what we did is we called a meeting, and I called a special, it was a special meeting, and then we went into an executive session, which I felt, and I thought that because we were discussing somebody's personal finances, that should be kept to themselves.
Confidential.
Confidential. And when I spoke with the attorney about it, he said, no, we shouldn't do that. So,
That's not being transparent, apparently.
yeah.
So I got kicked out for
So-
nothing?
What's that?
I
Yep,
got
You
kicked out for
kicked
nothing?
now you're allowed to be business.
That's why I'm bringing it up. I don't want you suing my house.
But yeah, so we found out that it was the wrong thing to do. So we were not allowed to do that anymore. So what we have done in lieu of that is myself and the town clerk will discuss these matters with that person, with basically the consent of the council, not necessarily in a group like this, but they're all aware of the amounts of money that are owed to the town that have been there for years. And it's up to, we had a $13,000 one get away from us the other day.
They sold the property,
Wow.
They sold their property. We have
and
no,
we didn't file a lien,
yeah.
so we have no recourse.
Tax lien is the
Other-
best.
We
Other,
can't even get
other
it
than sending them a bill.
We're gonna go to collection agency to do that. But when people have an issue with their personal finances and they wanna come talk to me, and Lacey will sit down
We're human.
and talk
We
about it.
understand that people will go through,
Yeah.
Firing squad.
you know,
Oh,
issues.
that's embarrassing.
And, this past week, we had somebody that has had issues for years. And we worked things out in an adult way. But,
They said that they are still allowed to bring it before the council, but that they have to realize that anybody can be there.
It's an open
But
forum.
that's, if they wanna do that, then that, they have to
It's
accept.
kinda like putting your business in the street.
Yeah.
yeah, if they want
And if
to.
you don't mind, have at it.
But, yeah, with the minutes, with this one, then we were not able to help. And that's what we're here to do, is to help people. However, people have to make a step to help themselves. And if they're not willing or able to do that, then they need to make a change. And that's kind of where I'm at with this. I'm kind of the bad guy sometimes, and Jay's the
Well,
bad guy.
there's a lot of help that can be had
Yeah.
other than at this level. I mean, there's
Yes.
local,
Yeah.
there's state, there's federal.
There is.
There's a lot of help for people.
Yes,
People that have so much pride that they won't ask for help
Or they're too
run into a
lazy.
lot of trouble. And some of those people we cannot help, because they won't ask for the right help from the right people.
One thing I want to know, and just tell me it's none of my damn business, I'm sure it isn't, but I wondered. We have a vacant lot or two here on Main Street. Do they get charged for water?
yes, they do,
Okay, thank you. I won't say no more.
yeah. And that's
There's a
something-
minimum service for an unused lot.
Right, uh-huh.
They don't pay as much as I do.
And everybody in
But they pay.
town does it. They
I
get
was
that.
thinking, yeah.
Yeah,
you know
no,
what
but
I was
everybody
thinking.
in town gets that charge.
And that was decided when we got the loan for the sewer.
Sewer.
Uh,
It was in effect when we first got our water way back, but then they also made it in the sewer, because as you notice, when we started with the sewer facility, they upped all our water and sewer rates.
Well, we
That's
had to
so-
prove that we were solvent. We had to prove that we could.
Good.
We
Could
could
pay the bill.
pay the bill. And to do that, there were certain things that we had to do, and one of them was, we had to have a minimum on every single lot in town.
I think that's nothing but fair.
Yeah.
Well, yes, and it just, but that's the reasons why we had that meeting, that's the reason we called that meeting, and then find out it was wrong, and yep, I had to call everybody and let them know that yep, this is wrong, because I was gonna do it again, and
Well, I think that the way you guys are doing it is probably a better way.
Yeah.
How do you do
But
it?
But
it's
keep
easy.
in mind, we're human, and we do make mistakes. And Tim's
We
bold
never
enough to
do.
know, or bold enough to say, okay, that was wrong from here on
Thank
out.
you, yeah,
We're gonna do it right.
good.
Because that's what I want.
Like,
Okay.
that was hard to do minutes
With
on.
with that in mind, if there's any other comments, if not, I'm gonna ask to approve the minutes for November 8th.
I'll second that as well.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes for 11/08/21. All in favor?
Alright.
Okay. Approve claims?
Does everybody have a chance to see the claims? Okay, I make a motion to approve claims.
And I will second that as well.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Payroll summary. Approve payroll summary.
I'll make a motion to approve payroll.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve our payroll summary. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed. Okay, we have Chad Hansen with ARPA updates. Have you heard anything?
I got a bill from him.
Okay.
But that's for next month, but,
What are we getting the bill for?
he didn't say, well, I want you to look at it, cause I don't understand why we're getting a bill either.
Okay, because what has happened over the course of the past month with this is we applied, or they applied through another government agency to pay the $3,000 that they were gonna charge. We got approval that the government is gonna pay that for us. So it's not costing us anything to go with these,
Yeah.
with the grants.
I wonder if
I
I
don't have
have
the
to
same
submit it.
agenda that you do.
No, either do I.
What? Yeah, cause
I don't have
that's
ARPA
last
on my
time.
agenda.
Yeah, I mean,
You
either.
don't have that?
No.
That's that's last time's, isn't it?
No, that's the one I had in my book. Yeah, it is.
Sorry. Like,
I'm surprised we made it through all.
I'm like, I don't have
Yeah,
any.
I was so confused, I was like, I got nothing.
Everyone.
But anyway, I'll just finish with the things on Chad Hansen.
I'm gonna just add that in
Just
there.
add it in. Because, he wants to meet with me and Lacey to discuss how this is going. And so far, it looks good, and it'll be submitted before January 1st.
Good. That was the deadline?
Yes.
Good.
So,
there's a
all
good
that's,
chance.
Yeah, that went really, it moves really fast.
yes.
Boy, that would be a stroke of,
Oh, yes, it would.
Yeah, that'd
luck.
be cool.
My God.
Because also in there, they added fire hydrants
Right?
on a different part of the grant. What this is we've applied for a grant to do an additional water line underneath the highway. Because if anything happens to our existing water line, the town is pretty much without water or fire protection. So we're trying to get this other grant to get another water line underneath the highway. And then to replace the water line on, what's that street? Mine Spur Loop. The water line on Mine Spur Loop is a 4-inch metal line, and you might get maybe that much, maybe 1.5 inches worth of water through it, because it is so corroded. And the reason we know that is because it sprang a leak, and they cut those things off, and it is in bad shape. It's in really bad shape, and it needs to be replaced. So,
La, 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 la.
yeah, and the grant with putting in some fire hydrants,
Yeah,
so,
I think Shirley was
If I don't hear
working
it,
on
it
that
won't jinx
before.
it.
So
Yeah.
it's nice to know that it's actually.
well,
gonna
we're still
happen.
trying, because as everybody with the fire department, they know that they got one about every other block, which means you gotta run a lot of hoses to get it anywhere to fight a fire. And some houses, you're stretching it to get it there. So what's up on
We're on
the agenda next?
So the real thing is the resolution.
The resolution.
The resolution, okay.
The election.
Okay, so let me find that resolution.
Very bad.
I can tell you I was disappointed that we didn't have more local people interested in.
Yes, and by what we found out is, for an election year, I put my name on for mayor, and it was the only name that was put on for mayor. Nate put his on for council person, and that was the only person that put in to be a council. So we have one open position for council person, and that would be for Elsa's place. I've been trying to talk her into staying on. We'll see how that goes. But if anybody is interested in becoming a member of the council, we have a position, they need to put their letters of interest in.
That's your turn.
Hasn't that window closed?
Yeah.
Well, for an election, yes.
Yes.
But come January 1, we need
Then
to
it's
start
back
asking
20.
for letters of interest so that we can fill
It'll
out
be
the-
just like what we did with Elsa, you just appoint.
We just
Oh, yeah.
appoint.
Oh, okay.
And if
So-
you have-
However, what we found out is, since we had no election, there has to be a resolution stating that we didn't have an election. And we didn't do that. So now we're doing it. So this is a resolution 511. Excuse me, my glasses. It's a resolution canceling the November 2nd, 2021 general election of certain municipal officers. Whereas HB 477 passed by the 2017 legislature, Chapter 174's Laws 2017, authorizes a municipal to cancel a general election for the election of a municipal officer by resolution after notification by the election administrator if the numbers of candidates filing for election is equal or less than the number of persons to be filled. Whereas, by letter dated September 14th, 2021, the town of Fromberg received notice by the Carbon County Election Administrator that the following election municipal officer positions are eligible for cancellation: mayor and 2 council persons. Whereas pursuant to section 13-1-403, as amended by House Bill 83, Chapter 242, Laws 2017, provides that a declaration of infinite to be a write-in candidate must be filed with the election administrator by 5 p.m. on the 65th day before the date of the election, or August 30th, 2021. Whereas, as of August 30th, 2021, the following municipal officers' position remain eligible for cancellation: mayor and 2 council persons. Now therefore be it resolved that 1. The town of Fromberg cancels the November 22nd, 2021 general election for the following municipal officer positions: mayor and 2 council persons. The following persons are hereby elected to the following municipal office position by acclamation: Mayor Tim Nottingham, Council Nate Compton, and we have here Council Elsa Dawson. But if she does not wish to do it, then that's up to her. Adopted this 14th day of December. So,
Do we need to make a motion
we
to?
need to make a motion and accept it.
Okay, I make a motion to accept resolution 511.
And I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to accept resolution number 511. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Do we have any correspondence? No? Town attorney, anything from him?
He finally got the judge's contract done
Okay.
after she asked in July to have it amended. But, that's finally done, so we can stop paying her double for what she's actually doing.
She requested this, so we're gonna change it. And we don't need to do it by resolution because we're just adopting the, not a new contract,
Yes.
but just a change in the
amending
contract.
the original.
The attorney said that would work. So,
Alright. So, are you comfortable with not having an attorney around ever?
well, my,
Red ticket items.
my issues,
You haven't seen him since we hired him.
I know. Is he
Mine-
still okay?
he's still okay. I have a hard time getting a hold of him. However, he did promise last week that he would do much better at returning calls and getting back with us. Now, I do believe that their contract is coming up to an end, but that's it. These guys do a really good job when they take the
What they
time
do.
to do it.
Yeah,
And
and we really haven't had a lot of need.
and that's it, we have not.
We haven't been sued with them, so that's.
I know every month we pay a little bit as far as attorney fees, they charge $150 an hour. But usually when it's an hour's worth of work, we get a benefit from it.
Yeah.
Do
So
you
you're
guys,
comfortable with
and
it?
it's not my business, but do you guys in Joliet pay the same price for him?
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't know, I didn't ask him how much to get paid from the dollar.
I think it's, I mean, by the hour, so if they're working him more hours, he's getting
Yes.
paid more.
I do know that as far as that goes, our attorney fees this year are less than what they were last year. And they're way less than what they have been when we had Hope Freeman under contract.
Yeah,
And I think we're getting, even as hard as it is, we're getting better quality stuff from this attorney,
Oh, I think so.
you know? And even though he is hard to get a hold of, and I tell him that when I have a question, I need it, because I'm not gonna wait.
if you need to get a hold of him, forget to send him his check.
Yeah.
Well,
He'll call you.
well, I want answers the same day. And I've been known to drive down to Billings and walk into his office and say,
But,
Advice
Now.
from Dave.
but I don't wanna get angry.
no, I
You know,
don't
and
wanna
I get-
ruffle his
I get-
feathers, I just wondered
get-
how it was working out for you.
It
as
does-
the
I
mayor.
do get agitated a little bit about it, but overall, they do a good job.
Yeah,
And if he promises and he follows through with this, to me, it's worth it.
how's he do for you?
Well, after he laid down the law with him like last week, he's been pretty good.
Yeah,
He-
You just told him that we needed more,
Yeah.
quicker response.
Yeah.
I went in face to
Now
face
he's really quick.
because I was
Frustrating.
I was frustrated, and sometimes it's not good when my mouth starts running, so I have to be a little careful. But a face
Comes
to
with
face
that chair.
comes with the chair.
You're allowed.
But, he assured me that it would not happen anymore.
Good.
So I was pleased with his answer, and
We'll see.
by the end of this week, we'll see where I'm at with him, because he's got work he's working on.
Good.
We're working on several other issues in town.
Well, and being here this many years and come to as many damn meetings as I have, I really see a value in having one if they're good.
Yeah.
I really do.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I
Yes.
agree.
Have to have.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
It keeps us out of trouble.
And that's why I don't wanna go to jail, and I don't want any of these guys to go to jail, and, you know, they gotta keep me.
I'd drag you right along with me.
Yeah, you can throw me under the bus.
You would drive the bus.
I know someone who's
I got a school bus.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah.
I'll remember that come Monday morning. Jay and I have Monday morning meetings, the same as I do with Lacey. And we discuss what's happened and what's going to happen.
And that leads us to Public Works Director.
That's right. Jay, it's your turn.
Well, my bus doesn't have brakes right now.
So that means
Lay out in front.
Finally got that culvert in.
Good.
Letting that dirt settle, and then I'll throw some more on there.
Okay.
Get it finished up. The lady that was working on that source water plan has that all done. So she's supposed to be sending me the final copy of it. And then she said she would do a presentation for like you guys, so you can all understand it, go through it.
What are we talking about?
Well, train wrecks in the river or something, or
Yeah.
what do I mean,
It's a study group
for the drinking water.
that the county has put together, and this lady heads that up, and she does all the water that comes down through this area,
Uh-huh.
where it's coming from, how it affects the town, and how it affects the river and that part.
Wow.
I mean, there's
You
not,
paid for that?
no.
Good.
One of my first questions I was hoping that this lady would have some solutions to our river issues that we have. They just do the study, they don't offer solutions.
Sounds helpful.
Yeah, really.
So now we know officially
Wrong
what
business.
and when she gets done, you'll learn that it'll be officially what we already know.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Tell them.
I really don't know anything about the water, but it does seem like it smells a little funny now and then. And also, just out of curiosity, since there are pollutants that come down the river
Right.
due to, you know, whatever, is there any kind of protection in this system that you have right now against those pollutants at all? Or you just have, or is it just deal with a couple things, or what's the deal on it?
The chlorine,
So it's just bio stuff.
that's what'll treat it, yeah, cause there's, well, and then whatever the
And we
sand,
test-
Well, what-
we test that
and
water
clay and
What
twice
happens?
a day, don't we?
once a day,
Once a day?
once a day.
And what we have is our wells are down, one's 40 and one's 100 and some feet down. One goes down to bedrock, the other goes down through the rock. So that water is filtered through ground and through gravel,
Okay, so it's
all that,
better.
long before
Yeah,
it's
it's not
actually
like,
sucked up for our use.
it's not like
And
it's
then-
just the river water.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
Just
just
let it treat it, yeah.
Well, it still smelled funny, but I just, no,
Like a sulfur smell?
We do
no,
have,
no, it smelled like swamp.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I smelt it too.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm a little baffled. Now, that happened a few years ago and it was pretty bad. When Shirley was mayor, couple days, it was bad. Okay, kinda like my pump water used to be, okay? But lately, it's been kinda there, but it's not as bad as it was.
My wife
Yeah.
called the
Yeah, yeah.
city
yeah,
over that
Yeah.
exact
So
same
I'm just
issue.
really wondering what the deal is.
I thought it was a dry P-trap myself, but maybe it wasn't.
Well, maybe, and it could be. Now, I'll tell you, our system is not a modern system. It's up to date. It's legal,
Right.
but there are better chlorine injection
Yeah.
systems that are out there than what we have. We have a valve and a pump, and we have to regulate it that way. Where there's a better system, and I know we've looked at it, and Jay, I know you're working on trying to get some prices together for us on all that. Because it's something that would make the chlorine injection in the system better for everybody, because it's computerized, it's a better system.
I have a reverse osmosis system, it'll probably take care of most of that stuff.
Yes, yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in town aren't gonna have that, and so I'm just thinking there could be,
See,
More than
yours,
one.
I could
How
see
long
it
does your
being,
membrane last?
are you talking about in the tank?
No, in your RO. Do you have to replace the membrane?
Oh, I don't replace I have these little filter things, it's a 5-stage deal.
Yeah.
Okay, one of them I change every year, one of them I change every 3 years. Some of them maybe 5 years, but, I just recently changed them all.
And you can make coffee out of it then?
Oh, yeah. No
I'm
problem
trying to
there.
make coffee and then I got this film on the top of my water that just, I can't.
Well, I literally drink the sink water out of the bathroom when I'm in
my-
here, so
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
someone's gonna get sick.
Now we know.
I drink the tap water too.
I really don't know
I
about
cannot.
it.
I'll be the
Yeah.
example for,
I need tap water.
But I do know that as far as like the smell, and it could be just a little bit of a chlorine issue, because what we have is not an
It
expert.
doesn't smell like chlorine though.
his, yours I could see, just because most of that trailer park isn't used,
Really?
and it's kind of a dead end line, so water could sit in there for a little while.
that's not you.
So flush the
Right.
hydrant more often, I guess, but yours, I mean, you're right
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
at the
main
top of
line.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I've,
Yes,
I
Jerry?
don't do this.
What's the reason our lagoon's starting to smell again? Tonight was horrible, and that week or so ago was horrible too.
Once in a while.
I wondered, I smelled it too,
Right.
but I thought
All
it
right,
was
we
me.
got to the, well, it could be down there at the bar too, where that water is
well,
made.
if it's that, yeah.
That could be, cause right when we hit Aldo's place, it was, oh my God, it was bad tonight.
Really?
That's why I
Yeah.
wonder if something didn't happen with her sewer. maybe
I bet-
she
I
was
bet
let
it-
down.
Cause she's
Is
got a
that
pump
water's down
station,
there?
and if that pump station goes to hell,
Yeah.
Well, there's like,
She's-
there's so much water, I've never seen it like
Yeah,
that
the
before.
water in front of Beaver's old place,
Yeah.
I've never seen it there unless.
Really?
Yeah, I noticed that
Oh, you
too.
did?
Did you?
I've kind of lived here long enough to know,
Yeah.
but 10 years, but I noticed it was really wet.
Oh, it's a big-
water.
When I drove over came with Edgar and I was like, dang.
Yeah.
So I should leave town more often, is what you're saying? 'Cause I haven't seen it.
I'll tell you later. But Jay, have you got anything else?
I don't think so. I'm sure there probably is, but,
ready for snow?
yeah.
One thing we do need to put on that list, Jay, is we need to get those curb stops